How are you, dear learner? Welcome to today's lesson. My name is Wilson Mwangu. In the previous lesson, we learned about double imperatives. Double imperatives. And I said an imperative is a sentence that gives an order. For example, stand up is an order. So that's an imperative. So when you have two imperatives in one sentence, for example, stand up and go out, that is what we call double imperative. In today's lesson, we want to do something different, and that is writing. Okay? We want to write about an incident, about an experience, about something that happened while you were at home. And if you can remember the passage entitled Sidi and Kabetu at home, remember this passage? Sidi and Kabetu at home. These are cousins. So while they were at home, they'd been left alone at home. They saw some people keeping items in the neighboring compound. There were electronics, very new electronics, TVs, laptops, and all that. And those people who were keeping items there were a bit worried. They were doing things in a hurry. So these two children got concerned. They thought, they suspected that those people were thieves. So they called the police. Okay? And when the police came, they actually confirmed that those people, actually there were three people, were the most wanted criminals in the town. So those criminals were arrested courtesy of Sidi and Kabetu. And in the evening, the policemen came to thank Sidi. They came to Sidi's house and thanked her for her action. So that was Sidi's experience at home. Today we want to write about your experience at home. Okay? You have been left alone at home. What's your experience? So that will be our lesson objective. By the end of the lesson, the learner should be able to write about a personal experience alone, personal experience while at home alone, while at home alone. I know once in a while you are left at home alone. Maybe during school holiday, your parent has gone out, maybe has gone to work, and maybe if you are older sibling, or maybe you are the firstborn. So once in a while, you are left at home alone. So what do you normally do when you are left at home alone? I know some of you maybe play video games, you watch TV, you also do a bit of study. But on a day, maybe there's a day when something happens, something unusual happens. So we want to write about an incident, a happening on just a single day. That there's this day when you had been left at home alone, then something happened. Something unusual happened. What was it? For example, you have your pet. Maybe you have a cat as your pet. Now this cat gets stuck somewhere, okay? Maybe it's dipped its head in a bucket or just something in a bottle, and then the head gets stuck in that bottle. Then you try to pull out. You try to rescue this cat, but becomes a bit becomes a bit difficult. So you are forced to call for help from somebody else. That is an incident, an example of an incident that happened. Or maybe you are at home, you are moving down the stairs, then you tripped. Then you tripped and fell and injured yourself. And you could not help yourself. So you are forced to call for help. You had to scream loudly and call for help. And then your neighbor came to help you out. Okay? That is unusual experience. So I want you to write about something that happened while you are at home alone. And of course, it must be something bad. But at the end of the day, somebody else came to help you, and all was well, okay? That's what I'm talking about. So I'm going to give you some guidelines on how you're going to write this. Just a short passage of 3 paragraphs, okay? 3 paragraphs. So let me give you some guidelines. So I told you about something unusual that happened. Maybe it even rained heavily on that day, okay? We normally have floods. So you're alone at home, then it rains so heavily that your house gets flooded with water, okay? That is unusual experience. So what did you do? Who came to help you, right? So these are the guiding questions. Paragraph 1, why were you left alone in the house? Okay, tell us, why were you left alone in the house? Where had everyone else gone? So you have your parents, where had they gone? And so why were you left alone in the house? Tell us that in the first paragraph. Of course, you are going to tell us your name. Okay, tell us your name. Come and tell us your age. Tell us your name, your age, and the school that you go to, all right? And where you live, your estate, or the place where you live. Number 2, what unusual thing happened on that day? So on that day, what unusual thing happened? I've said, for example, there were floods in the house, okay? And you're forced to climb on top of the table because the whole house was full of water, okay? That's an unusual thing that happened. Or I give an example of your pet getting stuck somewhere and you're forced to ask for help, okay? Or you tripped and fell somewhere and you got injured, something like that. The unusual thing that happened on that day. So who helped you? Now here we have for example, the issue of the pet getting stuck somewhere. Your cat is stuck somewhere. Who helped you? Maybe the cat was going somewhere to hide up there in the roof. Then it got stuck it got held up somewhere. So you could not pull it, could not free itself. So you had to call for help. So who helped you? Right? Maybe your neighbor, maybe you called your cousin, you called your big sister. Who helped you, okay? And where did they come from? Where were they? Paragraph 3, what did your parents say when they came back? So your parents have come back in the evening. What did they say? Of course, you tell them about the incident, about the happening, that your cat had gotten stuck somewhere near the roof of the house, okay? So what did they say when they came back? And how did you feel? All right? So these are some of the guidelines that you can use. So we're going to write a 3-paragraph story about an incident that happened at home. Please be creative enough, be imaginative enough. Tell us what happened, okay? And your reaction and how you are helped. All right? For example, if a neighbor helped you, what happened after that? Did your parents thank the neighbor? Okay? Something like that. So can you be creative enough and write a 3-paragraph composition, a short one of 3 paragraphs, maybe 1 page in your exercise book, okay? Yes. And once you are done, please share with us your response. But as I've said, be creative. Write about what you have gone through, okay? What you have just gone through at home, or what you have seen somebody else go through at home, right? And please share with us your composition. My dear learner, today we are going to write about personal experience. You have been left alone at home, something happens, okay? And then eventually you get helped. You get help from somebody else. So that's what we're going to write about. So my dear learner, up to that point we shall end today's lesson. Until next time, I've been your teacher, Wilson Mwangu. Thank you so much and be blessed. See you.